Welcome to Chapter 6 of Momentous Events in the Life of a Cactus, pages 48 through 53. What do you mean, you've met someone new? She can't possibly know you the way that I do. Kids from Alcatraz. I picked up a cricket with my toes and dropped it in front of Fathead. She immediately attacked it. I had found the poor tarantula near the front entrance of Stagecoach Pass about a month ago. She was missing 2 legs, and I imagined she had lost them in a brutal fight to the death with a vicious scorpion. Tarantulas ate scorpions. Another awesome thing about them. Why was that awesome? I mean, have you ever seen a scorpion? Fathead hadn't seemed like she was doing too well when I found her, and didn't even try to run away when I nudged her into a shoebox with my foot. I had cleaned up the terrarium I had found in the old shed, and now I was running Avon's Tarantula Rehabilitation Center. I hoped Fathead would grow her legs back, but if not, she was welcome to stay at the ATRC as long as necessary. True, she was my only patient so far, but I was sure more would come once they heard about my luxurious amenities. Crickets at every meal, climate control, live guitar music, and plenty of dirt to burrow in. My cell phone rang on the bed, the call I'd been waiting for. I hit the answer button with my toes and then pressed the speaker button. Avon's Tarantula Rehabilitation Center, I announced to my caller. Connor barked. How is Fathead? I watched as she devoured her cricket. Hungry? Has she molted yet? Not yet. Connor and I had been waiting for Fathead to molt because she might have new legs after that. Pretty soon, though. She looks awfully molty. Probably not if she's hungry. Remember, their eating slows down a lot before they molt. I knew Connor was using Fathead to avoid talking about the important issue of the day. How was school? I lay back on my bed and pushed my feet against the wall, which had lots of dusty footprints on it. Connor barked. What do you think? How do you think? I tapped my foot against the wall. I think it was probably better than you think. If you think it was a blazing dumpster fire of suck, then yes, you think it was better than I think. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Someone already barked back at me. We knew that would happen. Did your teachers explain that you have Tourette's to the classes? Yes. And? They mostly all ignored it. See? Also, I guess there was one thing that made it slightly better than a blazing dumpster fire of suck. A girl in my algebra class also has Tourette's. I swung my feet around and jumped up from my bed. Get out! Did you talk to her? Yeah, we talked after class. She's nice. Her tics aren't as bad as mine, but she's just nice. We ate lunch together. I sat back down on my bed, my excitement fading for some reason. Yeah? Yeah, tomorrow she's going to introduce me to some of her friends. I cleared my throat and walked over to my guitar in the corner. That's so great! I swallowed as I plucked gently at one string with my toe. I knew it would be okay. What's her name? Amanda. What does she look like? Connor was quiet for a moment. Why does that matter? I shook my head. It doesn't. I don't know why I said that. What's up with your dad, by the way? The whole reason Connor had to move to Chandler was so he could reconnect with his dad, who had apparently come to his senses and realized he was losing his only child. His words, I guessed. Why his dad couldn't have moved to this side of town, I didn't fully understand. But he said it would have made his commute to work too terrible. Nothing, Connor said. Connor hadn't been thrilled about the whole ordeal, to say the least. He wants to take me out for dinner tonight to celebrate the first day of school. He's so clueless. I think you should go. It's hard enough eating in public with people who care about me. I think he does care about you, or he wouldn't be trying so hard. Plus, it's nice to have someone to eat out with while your mom's working. I'm glad you don't have to eat alone. Well, I'd rather eat alone. No, actually, I'd rather eat with you. I smiled. Or Amanda. Yes, or Amanda. My smile fell. I hadn't expected him to agree with me. Or Zion, I added. Yes, or Zion. Speaking of Zion, he said you're going to Comic-Con with us in a few weeks. Yeah, are you going to dress up? Are you going to dress up, I asked. I will if you will. Okay, but don't tell me what you're dressing up as. Let's surprise each other. Connor barked. Cool. Mom walked in. I'll call you tomorrow, I told Connor and hit the end button. How is Connor, Mom asked, sitting on my bed. I gently laid my guitar on the floor, then pushed it over to the bed and sat down next to her. I plucked at the strings. Okay, I guess. How are things going with his dad? I scowled down at my guitar. Okay, I guess. Is something wrong? I softly played a couple of chords. He made a new friend already. Mom's face lit up. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful, I said with far less enthusiasm than she had. She chuckled and shook her head. She put her arm around me and squeezed my shoulders. It is wonderful, she kissed the top of my head. I'm sure he's nice. She. Mom looked down and nodded slowly. Oh, I see. And she has Tourette, so I guess they have a lot in common. Aren't you happy he made a friend? Of course I am. Geez, I didn't know how to explain how I felt. What would I want Connor to be all alone? Well, of course not. Would I want him to be eating lunch all by himself? No way. Would I want him to be friendless for all of high school? No. I just wish his new friend were a boy. I know that seems stupid, but that's how I feel. I pounded a chord out. It sounded awful. And I can't help how I feel. No friend will ever replace you, Avon. I kept plucking away at my strings, making some terrible horror movie sounding music that matched my mood. Yeah, I know.